All right, hello. Okay. So basically, first episode of Backtest with me didn't have any audio, so we're making a second episode of compensation because I feel bad and I want to. Okay, so without further ado, let's not waste any time and let's just go straight into our chart. All right. So this was the first trade that we took. So let's actually just get rid of it. We don't know what happened here. Sorry, guys, I'm completely blind. We're just gonna remove. We're gonna go straight back to the daily. All right, so let's actually just go into 11:15, 6:59. Let's have a look at the daily. Okay, so what do we see? We see highs get swept, another high get swept, and we close below this candle. Right, we close below. We have a sweep here, but we close below. Now we are really close to this daily bullish body gap, right? Super, super close. Okay, so this is a possible target. The ES on the daily has actually this one here that we could possibly do. I'm gonna mark in the remaining area of the unfilled gap. Just gonna mark out all of these because these are obviously very important areas. Okay, so do the same thing here on NQ. So overall bias I'm looking at is bearish. Why? Because we stepped out these highs, continue low, we have these lows, and we have this daily fair value gap, right? If we just skip a minute into, we get our we skip there we go. There's our candle. So we close through. Yesterday's candle closed through, right? Very good. We have this. We don't have this resistance above, right? So we're looking bearish on the daily, right? So let's actually journal. Bang bang. Template. Let's use this template. Thank you very much. I'm the plug for my own template. So do we have any news on April the 13th that's coming out? We have PPI at 8:30. So we have PPI or heavy impact news comes out at 8:30 a.m. as well as some medium impact news. Okay, very cool. So on the daily, let's just quickly drop down what I said, basically. Right, so see previous candle gets closed below, as well as we see a sweep of the daily candle highs, the previous daily candle highs, right? From the daily, we can look for shorts into areas, into PDAs, right? NQ is very close to a daily body up. Let me say ES has still a distance to run down into. Right. We also have these lows, so let me actually just mark them out. That ES could actually target, seeing as NQ already took them out. Okay. I'm worried about a bit of maybe an SMT because we are in an uptrend overall. Yeah, trend overall. ES takes them out. Okay. Let's actually mention that. So NQ takes out those lows just before the daily FEG, whereas ES has not yet done so. Since in the long term, bias is bullish, we have to be wary, right? Simple as we have to be wary, right? Because this could simply just tap in very quickly, or we could have an SMT and actually move off higher right in the day. Okay, simple as that. No more additional thought process when it comes to it. So on the 4 hour, see, what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna skip forward all the way into midnight. Okay, cool. Do we have anything of importance on the 4-hour? Do we have any gaps, anything like that? No, not really. We just have highs and lows. Okay. It's a bit rare. But yeah, we have plus liquidity here, plus liquidity here. I actually like this error because we have equals, but price actually sweeps them. Price actually sweeps them. Price liquidity, let's mark at the sell side as well. That's always important. I don't know if you guys like these long videos or not, but I think they're quite useful because you get to see exactly what's going on in the thought process of a trader that happens to be unprofitable, you know? Let's mark out this one as well, like this one, and that one too. There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's actually just note down that 4-hour doesn't really provide a lot of information. Stepping out, you can see that we are in a small consolidation. Okay. On ES as well as NQ, right? It's happening one is definitely happening on the other, as well as on NQ. Okay. I have marked out the key levels in brackets highs, swing, highs, and lows. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. Does the 1 hour have anything? 1 hour we have a bearish gap. Obviously, don't forget we're looking ideally for shorts, right? From the daily, intraday. Let's get here. A bearish order block here as well. Let me actually, I like the look of that. Price respects it as well, doesn't it? Yeah. Same exact thing here. I'm praying my mom doesn't come into the room because I ain't done the dishes yet, but let's just break. Okay, what are we seeing here? Possible FMT. Okay, are these the same? 9, 8. Yep. Okay. Let me draw out this line. Just for the annotation. Yep. Okay, cool. So 1V, 1O. I have marked out a possible SMT. That has possible SMT on yes. Are these the same lows from the daily? Yes, they are. Okay. These, these are the same lows marked out on the daily, right? Since I am looking for shorts, we want price to displace through these, right? And continue lower. All right, cool. We have symmetry really in both assets. Bearish order block followed by a lower early up just below the order block, right? And that's a bit confusing to read, but you can see in the picture we have the order block, and then just below we have the fair value up, right? So price comes back into the order block, travels lower. We might see a retracement into the fair value gap before continuing lower again, right? So let's actually dip straight into the 15-minute time frame, and this is where I want to start marking out New York open, midnight open, and stuff like that. Okay. So let's quickly go here. We have midnight open, bang. Let me just copy. I'm too lazy. Right. Okay. So yeah, London Open. Now I want to see what happens at London Open. All right. So London. Let's put going to open now. Okay. Do we have a Russell into any key areas? Okay, very awkward. That's very weird. I'm gonna mark it out because that is of some uh interest, isn't it? That's quite interesting. For fuck's sake. I like this color for London session. That's the 2 a.m. Yep. And then that's the 5 a.m. Yep, that's the 4:30. Right. Surprise does this whole kind of weird awkward move. So let's actually just note that down. Doesn't come in, bro. If it came in, New York would be a continuation, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. Did I miss anything on these charts? Nope. 4 hour maybe? 4 hour we actually run into this gap. Okay. Let's go on the 15-minute, just quickly note it down. We see during London session, we have a small spike up and a move lower. It looks like the candle from the 4 hour fills in the bearish early up. Look at pick below, right? Because explaining this is just stupidly difficult. Just gonna have a look at the picture really. That is that candle, right? Isn't it? On we can see it getting kind of closing nicely on NQ. Why did I not take a picture? Motherfucker. Oh, there we go. Look at NQ and that candle. London closed perfectly. London's sessions candle closed within the gap. I really can't be able to draw it, but you can mostly see right here. I'm gonna just draw it for the video, but I'm not actually gonna keep it in the journal. So a bit bearish already up. We can see price actually comes in and respects it, right? We also have a sweep of this high, right? And we actually don't close in it, so further continuing the bearishness, right? Let's continue going. So I'm gonna keep these because it's not like they're actually interrupting me in any sort of way. So let's just see what it was. So London high gets taken out, S&T there. Do we get a change in state delivery? Nope, nothing yet. Looks like we're just consolidating and we're getting very close to the open, right? Ideally, after liquidity to get taken out, yeah, right. That's what we're looking for. So just before the news comes out, I want to actually comment on that. So we can see that after London, we enter a small consolidation phase. News comes out in the next 15-minute candle. And ideally, I want to see manipulation higher into the bearish gap before continuing lower, as well as taking out midnight asset liquidity, right? So just look what happens. Okay, that's cool. We can see that's the wick of the post news candle. So 8:45 stabs into the gap as well as taking out accumulation plus liquidity, right? That's very cool. Now, at this point, someone just say at this point, all I'm doing is waiting for 9:30 a.m., right? Which is New York AM. Um, I okay. Let's actually quickly go back on the 4 hour and check if that candle did remain still shut, and it did not. Okay, did not. It actually rallied on higher. We see a disrespect of the 4 hour gap, but we have an hourly gap here, which is obviously much cleaner. If we draw out the fib tool, 100% is going to be within the premium range. Yeah, cool. So actually note that down. The 1 hour bearish gap is within a premium zone of that displacement leg range low. Okay. Let's just okay, so price we see actually respects it, right? We see wicks coming in. Right, I like the look of that. We see an open of the 930. Let's not waste any time. Let's actually just note that down. Bang. They open. Bang. They open. Oh shit. Bang. Like they open. Right. Okay. Let's actually zoom out on the 5 minute. So do we have anything that we might want to take out? So we have this basket liquidity here. Movement. Basket liquidity here. We have these highs here as well. I'm about to lose my mind. Basket liquidity. Basket liquidity. Right. Okay. Price breaks higher, then obviously I'm a bit concerned, but just kind of sitting here waiting right now. There is a gap that might form. So post market open. Let's check. We have so we can see that we have New York AM opens. Oh my god, I read that wrong. New York AM opens, and we see a further rise up into the bearish gap. Price might want to sweep out news. So the data high, um, before continuing lower. A creamy scenario would be observing an SMT with either pair, on either asset or those highs. Okay, so into the 5 minute. Do we see a possible SMT? Let's just go into the 5 minute. Bang. Okay. We have different look like it looks very different. Let's see what is going on here. Changing the state delivery would be here. Right, so let's actually just jot it down. Can we jot it down? I like the 15-minute one. So let's actually do that. Bang, 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 bang. Change the state delivery there was much lower. Be very ideal. Okay, what's going on? Okay, we have a wick through these highs into the order block. We're actually pushing through higher. Can I see something weird? What is going on? I think London would have had to go down. So London would have had to form the reversal. I think this is still the long-term manipulation leg. So I'm not doing anything out of pocket at the minute. There's obviously that bearish order block that I think price will still end up respecting. We still obviously are trying to reach into the gap on ES, which is completely fine. Obviously, just because they're pairs that move in tandem doesn't mean that. Okay, holy shit. Right. No, 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 no. No, 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 yeah. So we have this gap. Press subs into the order block again. See, nice. Okay, like to see that. It's very cool, very cool. We do begin to start traveling down. So change in state delivery is here, right? CSD. This actually moves up here. Right? Now, obviously, I want to see a break lower here. So let's just actually annotate that. So price comes in and fills the bearish gap. Hopefully, we hopefully this isn't a retracement to continue higher, and we see a change in state delivery lower. If that is not the case, then we are targeting for the 4 hour highs. We have a data high here. That's too extreme. Realistically, I don't see price actually moving any higher than maybe this high. We take out that actually it's not really a high, is it? It's this is Wednesday the 12th at 2 p.m. Okay, so we actually have an SMT. So we have price liquidity here. We have an SMT right there, right? We also have a bearish SMT on the highs on the high within the time frame order block. So let's get rid of this image and take a picture. Snap that there. Okay. Now it is just a game of patience, right? We're going to see price. Okay. We have, is it a 15-minute sweep? Yep. Okay. So we have another sweep of the high right at this point. And we have then yet another SMT. Okay. So like that, that's quite cool. Now our change in the state delivery is here. It'd be on this candle here. Yes. So let's actually just annotate that again. NQ takes out short-term high on 50-minute and generates an SMT on ES. And I have marked out the new CISD. Yeah. So what we're looking for, price to break through, break lower. Price doesn't look like it's doing that at all. Very, very awkward. Okay. We have now another SMT. Holy shit, what is going on? So we get buy side liquidity. Actually, let's okay, we are still at the SMT, but let's just move that. Here we have buy side liquidity taken. And then here we have SMT. This is fucking overwhelming as shit. So realistically in that case, this is the new change to state delivery, isn't it? Because we have buy side liquidity, and that's the high just before. And we get SMT here, right? So let's just mention that. It's in 15 minutes, isn't it? Yep. So we have the same thing happen again, but flip. So NQ now has the SMT, whereas ES takes out the high. Repositioned the CISD and await. I'm waiting for it to be broke. Okay. You saw me go back a couple candles, and obviously we saw price actually displaced through it, right? So let's actually just do bang. There we go. Um, I want to actually quickly just go on 1 minute and just confirm that actually price does break through. Price does not, but price does break through on this one. So in this case, yep, I ain't doing shit. I'm just waiting. Yeah, this is very weird. We've now entered lunch, and we're just up in the order block range. I don't really know what's going on. Um, was the bias incorrect today? We have loads of error that we can actually tap into, so it's a bit confusing. Um, Still have an SMT. Let's see the 12th of 130. Yeah, 110-ish, yeah. Price may actually end up respecting this because we have a change in state delivery. Is price end up respecting it? Yeah, it does. Okay, so obviously that's a missed entry, but that's fine because it's just not in line with my bias anyway. Am I still looking for shorts on this day? Of course I am. Why would I be? Nothing gets hit here. We did have the SMT. Obviously, this is just the state of awkwardness when it comes to trading. So let's actually I want to skip through and get our ass into post lunch, right? So what do we see? Okay, this is a big SMT. I want to just kind of get rid of these now because we'll see the wood. Still big enough of an SMT. Get rid of these CISDs to stop confusing ourselves. Get rid of this bus equity, so we got taken out. This one too, this one too, this one too. So you can use higher, right? So still remaining patient. Another short term high gets taken out, and we have 20. 55. Right, we have an SMT. Okay, then let's do that. Brother, get out of here, man. SMT. Okay. Let's just still play it through because okay. Bias was wrong on the day, really, wasn't it? We didn't really have manipulation. What did we? We just kind of accumulated, continued. I don't really like what's going on here. Now, low key. Just kind of sitting patient and waiting for a change in the state delivery. Nothing happens, then that's completely fine. I'm not fast. This would literally just be a day where I would either flip bias and get greedy as fuck, or just not take the trade. Yeah. Wow. Prior. Okay. This is weird. Really nice to feel about it. So this SMT get voided. Um, and here we start from actually get off it. Okay. Is this the point where we give up? No chance. All right, we're practically at those highs. I can't see price actually retracing any lower. We could try and catch an entry, like very close, maybe somewhere here. So let's check the 0 fair value gap, the 2 minute. 3 minute? Nope, 1 minute. Do we have anything? Do we have anything nice, important, cool? Okay. What is going on now? Okay. Do you have anything on the 15? Nope. Okay, we are having an SMT now. What time is it? Okay, it's 3 p.m. It's gonna be super fucking late to take a trade, and ideally I don't want to do this. Bang. That's like you take it out. Get out of here. Okay. Might as well change in the state of delivery. So I guess taken out. It's gonna be here. So let's just keep looking. Price continues higher, obviously as anticipated. Okay, that might be the one last sweep that she needed. Yeah, this is madness, bro. Seriously. Okay, there's our first bit of action I'm actually seeing to the downside. Let's do that. Let's just skip the fucking. Actually, no, let's not do that. Yeah, this is weird stuff, man. Okay, we finally have a breakthrough, right? Um, this is shocking behavior. Shocking behavior. Bang, bang. Ideally, the change in state delivery is actually right here. Okay, so let's check the 1 minute. I want to see if this is something where you take a trade very late in the day and it ends up paying off. This is also just a frame. Is there anything that we could actually target here? Maybe this gap. I fear this is some extreme shit though, Loki. We do have a change in state delivery. What can we target, man? We have a 5 minute gap. Do we have a 15 minute gap? We do have a 15 minute gap. Loki, that's the only thing I can see ourselves targeting. So let me just mark this shit out. Bang, bust liquidity. Yeah. The thing is, it's way too close to the high. Like, I know we're just definitely gonna just retrace, maybe take out some lows, maybe even this one, and we're gonna actually just reverse and move on higher. So let's just say this one's take a picture. Thank you. All of the new AM session rallied to the upside. We did not have any confirming bearish price action, right? This is the only bearish sort of trade I can see happening. We have is it a 5 minute or a 15 minute? It's a 5 minute. 5 minute changes to state delivery. We have a 5 minute change to state delivery. After a high gets swept, followed by a displacement leg and a gap in a premium zone of the range. Okay. So let's see if the 5 minute actually even hold. Okay. So I'm gonna just take this 1 to 2R limit. We're gonna actually do 0.5% because this is a rather conspicuous trade. Right? What's just happened? Take me back. What the fuck was that? Okay, entry price is 13,214. Profit target is 13182.5. And our stop loss is at 1322.8.5. So yeah, right, that's all. There's a limit. Yeah, price doesn't actually offer us. That's cool, isn't it? Like, it's completely cool. Price actually runs into this order block, but we don't get entered. So this would be ideally a no trade day. Um, so we have, let's take a picture of this execution analysis template. So price did not enter us in. This was definitely a blessing in disguise. So let's just learn from today's trading. I think one negative thing I can comment on straight away is the fact that I came into the market with an initial bearish bias, and price did the complete reverse of that. I did not adapt and ended up not catching a trade to the upside where most of the volume was headed. Not taking a trade is fine, but it's the principle of me not adapting to the change in trend of price action, right? Okay, so let's actually just get rid of all of this for now. I actually want to reread price action. Let's actually go on the hourly and stuff and let's see what happens. So we just had a massive spike into Thursday, right? So we can see we have Monday, Tuesday, Monday actually consolidates. Actually, we have a rally. We're in a range, aren't we? We're in a big range, right? We're just trading within a range. We're having very volatile movements on the higher time frames. 4 hours. Do we see anything happen? That's crazy. If we have a change in the state of delivery here on the 4 hour, it's wraps, isn't it? We have a low get taken out. Okay, this is our change in state delivery, isn't it? Or is it not? I think it is. That's our change in state delivery. Oh, sorry. Yeah, very clear change in the state delivery here. We took out. Oh, we have an SMT. Okay. Let me actually take a screenshot of this. On the time frames, we can see CUSD. Okay, on yes, we also have an SMT at those daily lows. If I went back into the time frames whilst watching the day play out, I could have read the market and adapted, right? Because we see high time frame respect of a CLSD, right? Which could have aided me in understanding the flip of the bias from a bearish stance to a more bullish one. So given this, given today's P, we can expect to either remain in this range or break out and take out the daily highs. Okay, simple as. I want to see if, let's actually just skip on the hourly ones. I want to see if price actually closes above here. Okay, it does not. Okay, see price actually does not. So ideally, even here, it didn't break through, but we're looking for, we had the sweep of the previous daily candle, and we were looking for a continuation higher, right? I actually should have, see if I actually could have seen this. So let's do video. It's gone 15-minute. Wow, so we literally just about take out previous daily there, don't we? Okay. All right, well that's fine. Bit peak though, we actually missed the move, but it is what it is, isn't it? So that's that. That's a back test session done for you. No trade taken. Sorry, I'm drinking my Pepsi. I mean, Diet Coke, what the fuck? Yeah, that's just gonna happen, innit? There's nothing you can do. But yeah, I was too adamant on a bearish bias, right? That's not the way to go all the time, is it? Especially look, brother, we missed this entire move. 930 had a manipulation down into this gap. We had a continuation, right, on the rest of the day. But yeah, London didn't really help because we didn't see any sort of reversal kind of to take out into a key level. But that is fine. All right, anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up. You guys actually learned something from it. And I'll see you lot tomorrow for a trade recap as well as maybe a backtesting session. So see you then. Bye bye.